Question 2. Both primary and secondary succession begin with pioneer species that. So first of all, let's think about what is succession. Succession means something follows, like President Trump succeeded President Obama, so he follows. And pioneer species is just like the old pioneer. They're the first species or organisms to appear. So usually primary succession is just a gradual change in an ecosystem, pretty normal. Secondary is usually one that is brought upon by a natural disaster. So we want to know what kind of organisms follow, for example, a natural disaster. Okay, like let's say a forest fire or a volcanic eruption. So let's see. So these first species, okay, so let's read it again. Both primary and secondary succession begin with pioneer species that modify the area and allow larger and more complex organisms to appear. Well, they do modify or change the area, and ultimately larger organisms will appear. So a pioneer species, for example, might be a fungus or a lichen. Y'all remember the word lichen? Those are those green stuff that grows on rocks. So that would be a pioneer species. So when lichens start to come in and start to break down the rock and allow for nutrients in the soil and things like that, that'll let little weeds come in, and then ultimately, eventually, little brush and bushes, and then larger trees. So that sounds pretty good. Will the pioneer species change the area and make it safer from predatory organisms? No. Will the pioneer species use up existing resources? No. They're going to provide nutrients to the soil for other organisms to come back in and be able to take hold in the ground and be successful. Will they invade the area so that new organisms cannot be established? No. Pioneer species are the first to come in and to pave the way for bigger and better organisms to come in. So, for example, with the brush, you're going to get small birds and insects and things like that. So, we're definitely going to say those pioneer species modify the area and allow larger and more complex organisms to appear.